Devil May Cry is a series built on the back of being slick, fun, and more than anything, badass. When I heard Netflix was serving the streaming platform a Devil May Cry TV series, I was a bit hesitant because Netflix has produced some bangers, but they will also produce some stank bombs. So what's the verdict on this short 8-episode series? Well, it slaps. I mean, slaps harder than your stepdad you don't like. I mean, slaps harder than whatever the hell this competition is. Devil May Cry, in all honesty, was a franchise I never played.
This guy stinks!
Hold on, I can explain. Devil May Cry was definitely a series I was aware of growing up because I was an anime fan, but because it was rated M as I was growing up, so I definitely couldn't play it, legally speaking. That doesn't mean I wasn't button mashing Kratos on the side though every once in a while. I knew a few tidbits about the Devil May Cry franchise though. It was known as a powerhouse franchise that capitalized on crazy over-the-top action and an even crazier story involving demons and our protagonist, Dante, who as a youngin' for me just oozed this aura of badassness and charisma. So that all being said, did Netflix deliver once again? Did they give us another Capcom hit, or did they fumble it like Dante's necklace? It's your boy Spam Folder. Like this video, it helps out so much, and subscribe to the channel for more anime and manga news, reviews, and content. So to give you the most tissue paper premise of what the Devil May Cry 2025 Netflix anime is about, the anime starts off with a heist. A white rabbit steals the sword of Forced Edge, a crucial tool in opening a pathway between the human world and the demon world. This is the opener of the show, and it kind of gives the perfect vibe of what we're to expect. The speed of the fights, the animation. Blood and guts reign as the White Rabbit makes light work of the Darkholm agents, Darkholm being a shadowy organization specializing in demon hunting. Though the White Rabbit, our main antagonist for the series, has procured the sword, he's still missing a crucial piece to the puzzle, all of which involving the hero of the series, Dante, a pizza-eating, twin gunslinging, wisecracking, 20-something-year-old demon hunter. Because the White Rabbit wants Dante, that means Darkholm also wants Dante. The organization sends their best trained demon hunting assassins to capture him.
We're demon hunters.
Who the hell cares?
By any means, including death. The collision course from these three parties sets up the driving force behind this 8-episode series. Dante, voiced by Johnny Young Boss, has a knack for playing shit-talking characters who wield big swords. Dante is angsty, but he's definitely not brooding. This portrayal of the character is young, hot-headed, who talks all the trash.
The way this usually goes is I do that, then drop a killer one-liner. But I'm drawing a complete blank right now.
All the while being good-looking enough to make even his worst enemy blush a little bit.
You're not demon, but you're...
Dante in this iteration really worked for me, and sometimes not deviating away from muscular guys with cool weapons sporting a trench coat. Just the ore farm happens to be enough. Mary Arkham, aka Lady, too often watching this series, I could almost imagine the teenage boy that wrote her dialogue.
Fucking fuck. What the fuck? He's been MI fucking A. At least he could fucking do it real.
Shut up, Meg.
This woman curses like a sailor every chance she can get. She only has one truly redeemable moment in the entire series. Other than that, all of her actions only serve to make her look like a girl boss, and there are way more to make her look like a treacherous asshole. Her backstory later on in the series gives an explanation for why she is the way she is, but even with the backstory behind her character, I still couldn't get behind some of the actions she made, especially towards the end. The White Rabbit. When I got confronted with the fact that the main antagonist of the show would look like the Easter Bunny, I almost cut the show off, I'm not gonna lie to you. The character design looked too corny to me. What this bunny did for the plot was top tier. This little rabbit was catching bodies left and right and gave us some of the most captivating fight scenes in the show. The White Rabbit is a character with a super interesting story behind why he's doing the things he's doing. His motivation to find and kill Dante in a lot of ways kind of made sense. Even comparable to Thanos in the way he made you kind of empathize with him by the end of the series. And let's talk about those visuals. What could I expect from Studio Mer? This is the same studio that gave us hits like Legend of Korra and the X-Men 97 series, so I knew we were in for a good treat. The animation and the fights were a standout in the show. Beautifully animated fights that only get better and better as the show progresses. I mean, the show opens with a slaughtering of tons of Darkholm agents in a swift fashion. It was kind of the perfect vibe check to get you set in explaining the expectations for the show. Studio Mer did not skip out making fight scenes feel engaging and super bloody. After finishing Invincible, which you should definitely check out my season 3 recap and review because the video was absolute fire, but I digress. There was this emptiness in my heart to watch another show with blood and guts and narratively compelling fight scenes, and this show really hit and fit in that gap. I'm not gonna lie to you, there are a couple moments that are CGI. A few of the antagonists of the show happen to be the CGI demons, and at first their design was kind of jarring, but the way they were used in the series and their motion in the fight scene kind of brought it all together, made it a little bit more acceptable as the series went on. If you grew up in the mid to early 2000s, this soundtrack will have you rejoicing. First episode in, and motherfucking Rollin' by Limp Bizkit is the goddamn opening theme song. The fun didn't stop there because the soundtrack is absolutely plastered with Gen Z/millennial hits. I'm talking Last Resort by Papa Roach, American Idiot by Green Day, and a brand new song featuring Evanescence, just to say a few. But the thing was, these songs were highly noticeable throughout the show, but the soundtrack choice never came off as corny or took me out of the production. If anything, it definitely added to the fight scenes. And if you know anything about early 2000s music and pop culture, on occasion, it will be a little corny. In conclusion, I think this was the kind of jolt that Netflix needed in 2025 to keep their name in the mix for best anime content. I almost goofed up and watched this entire series in one night, but that just speaks to how good the quality of the show is. As a newbie, I can only say Devil May Cry is probably not the adaptation a fan of the beloved video game series probably would want, but Devil May Cry 2025 is another Netflix gem to any anime fan who are wanting a fun, action-packed watch you can probably finish in a day, honestly. Devil May Cry is a great addition to Netflix's roster, and though it'll turn off seasoned fans deviating from lore of the source material, new fans will be gained from this iteration of the franchise. So that's probably going to be the end of the review. I'm going to give Netflix's Devil May Cry 2025 4 out of 5 Limp Bizkit. And in those comments, ladies and gentlemen, what were your thoughts of the new anime and how did it compare to the previous installments in the franchise? As always, check your inbox, delete those messages, and remember, it's your boy Spam Folder. I'll catch you in the next manga and anime video. Peace!